Welcome to the Pew! It's our debut at Lovegun,
where we really don't like to be put in a box, but
Mark, I guess, gave us no choice.
Right.
So we went and found a box.
And this isn't we are no strangers to living in boxes. Remember the box we lived in the homeless shanty in front of our house on 30th Street?
That's true. So you know what? We were going to do a show at Lovegun, and we were determined to do it, and so here we are.
Come hell or high boxer.
So we found a nice box. It took a little nap in it before we started our show. And, Lovegun is not open because, of course, they banned us from their bar. But, hey, this is a public sidewalk. We could stand here.
Ban be damned.
So we got a great show for you today.
Nobody's going to box us in.
No. I'm surprised that both Michael and I fit in this box.
I don't know. We're both... you're pretty skinny. I'm not, exactly a string bean, but...
Yeah, so just call it a box. Call us boxed string beans.
So what? Something.
So
a box of nuts.
Now this is no laughing matter.
No.
The Justin Bieber wannabe, Toby Sheldon.
No laughing matter. There's nothing funny about this story.
Suicide is awful if that's what happened. ODing is also awful, especially if you die from it. And I was just wondering, why would you want to OD or suicide yourself if you look like Justin Bieber?
But maybe he didn't think. The people with body dysmorphia, they never really think that they're always one step away from looking how they want to look. So he probably didn't think that he was where he wanted to be, and maybe he realized he was never going to be there.
He doesn't really look like Justin Bieber. He looks. If it weren't for the haircut, maybe he wouldn't look like Justin Bieber at all.
He looks cute, though. How old is he?
He was 35.
62? Oh.
He's 35.
Oh. He looks pretty. He looks good for 35.
I thought so, too.
He's not especially, sexy or anything. But he's not bad looking.
What drugs do you think he OD'd on? If you were a Justin Bieber wannabe, what drugs would you take?
Was it an accidental OD or was it if it was an accidental OD, then maybe heroin or.
What would Justin Bieber wannabe's drug of choice be?
Well, marijuana. That's what his. It's hard to overdose on marijuana.
All right. Well, he wants to not smoke in any joint.
I don't know. So
unless it had crystal meth.
Maybe the Molly. A lot of the hip hop stars are talking about the Molly now.
Oh yeah. Well, now that Justin Bieber has gone electronica and EDM with Diplo.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Maybe Toby decided to dip his nose into a bag of Molly, and try the EDM drugs, which can be lethal if you don't hydrate.
Except for Special K. Special Ks are weirdly enough the safest drug there is, the safest street drug.
So he literally spent thousands of dollars trying to look like Justin Bieber. Do you think his plastic surgery was worth it?
It depends on how many thousands. If it's 5,000, then maybe yes. If it's 300,000, then no. He looks great for 35. He doesn't necessarily look like Justin Bieber, but he's not bad looking for 35.
What about that mother and daughter from England that spent more than $80,000 getting plastic surgery? What do you think theirs was worth it?
Oh boy, yeah, it was worth it for us. We got a good show out of it.
Michael actually couldn't tell who was the mother and who was.
Well, neither
the daughter.
could you. Actually, you had an idea of who could be the mother and who. There was a really funny reason why you figured out who was the mother and who was the daughter.
Right. Well,
why don't you tell our viewers what that was?
I decided that the daughter looked like she was mulatta. So if you are a mulatto,
what made you think that?
White can't come from mulatto, so the white one must be the mother, and the mulatto one must be the daughter.
And what made you think that she looked mulatto?
Because she has African features.
Like what?
Like her nose and lips.
Oh. Well, you sure they weren't just silicone?
Although that could be cosmetically enhanced. Maybe she asked the plastic surgeon to give her African features.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Welcome back to the Pew.
We're still in the box.
Yes, we certainly are. We are thinking out.
And not the box on the Lower East Side that charges a ridiculous amount of money.
Normally we like to think outside the box, but today we're thinking inside the box. And we'll see what we come up with. In order to think outside the box, we have to think inside the box.
We're box diving today.
Yeah.
And it's comfy out here on the sidewalk in front of Lovegun.
And when we're done, we might even have a boxed lunch.
We vowed we'd do a show at Lovegun, and here it is.
Yeah. We will not let our viewers down, come hell or high water.
Speaking of letting viewers down, we actually did let the viewers down last week when we were discussing our toxicity formula.
Yeah. We forgot the most important element.
Right, we talked about detox and pre-tox and retox.
We forgot to talk about Botox.
Right. So
I mean, Botox is the most important element. Botox can actually reverse all of those aging
reverses
signs.
the
all
aging
of it,
process.
all of it.
Yeah, trust us.
Trust us. Yes, trust Ernie. It reversed all of his aging process. You can hardly tell he's had it done.
Hardly. So you can subtract 1 year
for every milliliter
toxicity for every vial. No, it's every vial.
I love the fact that it's called the vial. Very vile.
For every vial of Botox, you can subtract 1 year. So say, for example, as we determined last week, I'm 66% toxic. I could actually reduce that toxicity by...
And I wish you would. I mean, just this morning.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to go there.
We certainly don't.
Well, if you have a vial of Botox, I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Figures.
I'm sure if I had a vial of anything, you'd do it right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you know what the problem is? He never does.
Yeah, well.
So, bitches want to know.
Wait a minute, you didn't finish saying something about... You were in the middle of saying something when I so rudely interrupted you.
About what, the Botox?
Yeah.
What was I saying about it? You can subtract years. So I'm sure that if I were to use a vial of Botox, that would probably bring me down to, say, 64% toxicity.
And an age of
progress.
Equivalent about 63 years old. What do bitches want to know this time?
The bitches want to know. Bear with us here. Debbie Downer asked, where did skrinkle and scroddle come from? That crazy language from the Party Monster movie.
Yes, I mean, it started a long time ago in college. We used to, in art history class, you know what a flying buttress is?
Yes.
Okay, well, the term flying buttress had me...
It's architectural.
It's something that holds up the asp of a church, right?
The asp, or not the ass, the asp.
Asp, yes. And the term was so funny that every time the teacher brought it up, I couldn't stop laughing. They actually had to ask me to leave the class because...
The buttress holds up the asp.
No, the flying buttress. It made me think of... I had an image in my mind of Sally Fields as the flying nun with a propeller on her bustle. And I couldn't stop laughing. And so every night we would go out for dinner. And
how did that lead to skrinkle and scroddle?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Every night we'd go out for dinner, and instead of asking for the butter to be passed the butter, I'd say, would you please pass the flying buttress? And after that, we started adding suffixes to words and prefixes to words. And one thing led to another, and we ended up with skrinkle and scroddle and skrinklada and skrinkladoo and all of these things that made the word sound more flowery and fun to say, like tongue twisters.
So it all started with medieval architecture.
Yeah, flying buttresses. Sally Field with a propeller on her bustle.
See you next time.
Bye.
Live from Lovegun.
From the box. Live from the box.
At Lovegun.